This is A. Wilson. That ain't just like a TIS. If you like my video, please give a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Topic I'm going to talk to you today about is Housewives Tea Part 2. I will be talking about people saying Kenya Moore hair care was abandoned and her response. I also will be talking about Bravo canceling a couple of shows and renewing a couple of shows and also adding new shows. I was talking about that. I was talking about Me accusing Drew of having an emotional relationship with Ty. I also will be talking about uh, Shamia. Shamia doing a lot of interviews about her relationship with Portia. I also will be talking about Angela wishing Drew a happy birthday. I also will be talking about Drew and the cast at the Shadow premiere of Kerry Washington's movie. Those are just a few topics that I'll be talking about in this celebrity roundup. Like I said, this came from the Jasmine brand a couple of weeks ago, and it says Kenya Moore hair spa appears to be abandoned after Rohan departure. And and like I said, ATL Linian had kind of reported it at first, and then people saying, well, ATL Linian don't like Kenya Moore, so it ain't right. But it's like when these blogs, like I think they said they got this from Newsweek or Page Six or something like that, and then the Jasmine brand picked it up, and so it's like when the blog started picking it up, this is what Kenya came out with, and she said, very reckless to regurgitate a false story. We are open and serving clients when we are open. Book today, styles, style, book today, stylesseat.com, Kenya Moore Hair Care Sport, IG, Kenya Moore Hair Care Sport. I am proud of, I'm a proud self-made black woman with multiple businesses since I was 17 years old. Stop. And they were saying one YouTuber had called the number and he couldn't get nobody. And I think that's why she said book on IG or wherever. So there's a lot of haircare squad was doing that, because of the pandemic. When the pandemic was happening, a lot of hair spas were telling you to book online and stuff so you can come in and stuff like that. So I'm glad Kenya did clear that up and stuff like that. And now onto another story. Right after this, because it was like between this and Sweet Tea saying that she wasn't being on Married to Medicine anymore. Then Bravo came out like a week later saying what show was going to be renewed, and what show was not going to be renewed, and I think they said the Real Housewives of New Jersey's on pause uh, is on pause and is on pause. They never say what was going to happen with Dubai, but I'm going to tell you what they said right here. Let me find this clip right quick, and I'll be right. I found it. It took me a little bit, but I found it. It says Bravo orders the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, the new ladies of London. Breaking news, Bravo new shows. Today we announced 4 new shows coming to Bravo. The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Ladies of London, The Valley Persian Style, and Wife Swap, The Real Housewives Edition. Now, when I first heard these shows, they had announced these shows after they said they was going to cancel. And I was saying, they said they were going to put Real Housewives of New Jersey on pause, so I guess they did. But a lot of people are saying that this Rhode Island show is like a test run for New Jersey, because people were saying that they didn't want Melissa back or Margaret on New Jersey. They wanted Teresa, and like people were saying, Teresa had been on shows outside of Melissa, and Teresa didn't do good. She was on House of Villains, and she didn't do good against New York Polly and the rest of the cast. And then she was on another show, and then she was also doing the Ultimate Girls Trip. I think she was on season 1 or 2 of that. They said she did okay on that. And like I said, people had been noticing that for some reason when Melissa do stuff by herself, she's not as good. When Teresa do stuff by herself, they're not as good. They work good as an ensemble and then together, but it's like they just can't get along. So so that show's on pause. And then they said the Real Rise Housewives of New York was canceled. And then one of the producers came out and said, "Not so fast, not so fast. It's not canceled. We just got on pause now. So now they're trying to, they're not trying to reboot the reboot and stuff like that. And so a lot of people were trying to say, who was at fault and stuff like that. And so I'm gonna pull up that one too right now. And this is what I'm going to bring up. Like I said, people were saying that at first they were saying that the new ladies didn't connect. The first year was okay of New York, but they were saying the second year everything you could tell the women didn't have no relationship and stuff like that. And so I said on my Twitter 2 or 3 times that I found it very funny that this Brian woman was bringing up race, and then everybody was saying that Ebony was ruining the show because she brought up race, and they still tried to do it. They still tried to do it with the show being on pause or canceled. And this is what the fans said. I'm going to say it once, and that's it. The people who have been uh, real championing the reboot to fail and solely blame it for Ebony causing them to reboot the shows are no different than the mega people praising the end of the DEL and the promotion of white Christian values. And that's the end of the story. So when black folks got on Twitter and went back and said, nah, y'all ain't gonna blame this on Ebony. This show is already dwindling down. And then here come another fan gonna try to backtrack and correct it and say it. He said that's why I said the producer said nothing, but this is what the fan said. He said there was actually he said one girl said, one person said, Wex Weird said, Leah McSweeney is what killed the show. And I said, oh, okay. So y'all couldn't blame Ebony and get everybody on bandwagon. Now you're going to talk about Leah McSweeney ruined the show. Everybody ruined the show. The show was going down and stuff like that. And speaking of Housewives, New York. I didn't think nothing of it. I seen a picture with what's her name, Ramona, and this white guy. So I didn't think nothing of it at first. And then when Preston from Real Housewives, from when Preston uh, uh, um, from the show uh, uh, I'm trying to think of the name. I like somehow Martha's venue gave me a little minute, but anyway, when he said what he said, and I'm gonna read what he said because I just thought it was a picture, and and here it is right here. And he said, "Oh, the reality blur report: Ramona Singer is considering a political run in Florida. Plus, Roni alum faces major backlash after posting with Daniel Putri calling her a hero." And so I said, oh, well, what's going on? Then when Preston said what he said, I kind of got because I said, oh, she's running for political office. Okay, that ain't nothing too bad. And let me find this clip of what Preston said right quick. Um, give me a minute. Now, this is what Preston said right here. Uh, Preston from Summer House Marches venue call out Ramona Singer and Dorinda. And let me just let me just let me just zoom this up a little bit. This is what it says. A picture is going around where Ramona singing, standing next to Daniel Perry, a a a thing that's to Daniel Perry, a hate man who killed a who killed a he killed a neuroburst black man and and his family and found not guilty. And he said the render the render is the renders in the comments saying how beautiful she looks. See who women get away with. See what some women. See what white women get away with anything. Get anything. Get away with anything, and and the matter and no matter how low and disgusting that is, and like them and above, and here we are. So he was saying that Ramona was back in a known race who killed a black man, and nobody's saying nothing about it, even though he wasn't found guilty. But if it was, black women or women of color, people that y'all, these the kind of people y'all want on these shows. And he's right. He's right. They want to blame everything on Ebony and everybody else. This show was already going down. Those white women were a bunch of drunks. And speaking of that, Sonia Morgan got kicked out of a bar for being drunk. They said they gave her two options and she didn't want to leave. So people were saying if they bring some of the OGs back and stuff like that. Now I did like Ramona, but since she's acting like this, I really don't know. I got one more story of doing, and I'll be through with this video. They said the Real Housewives of Potomac is already filming, and they said this is the rumored cast. They have Giselle, Robin, not Giselle, but Robin, Giselle, Ashley, Wendy, Kiana, Stacy, Jazzy, and they got two new girls. And I was saying, I thought Jazzy said she wasn't on the show. And then they showed some pictures of them, of Giselle and Kiana and Karen's friend filming Karen's birthday, because Karen's birthday was, I think, earlier this month. And then they also showed some pictures of them, pictures of them at the I think Kentucky Derby or something. And then somebody said, "Oops, where's Candace? Where's Candace?" And then I heard from the housewives of ATL, it was rumored that that Bravo didn't ask Candace back. And then it also said uh, that that Candace was having outlandish demands, and she got into it with a producer. I was saying, I don't know. I might take that. I don't know because she kept posting them pictures of her at Universal Studios and talking about her family and stuff. So I don't know. I kind of think maybe Giselle had something to do with it, because maybe Giselle didn't want to film with with uh with uh Candace anymore, or either like I said on Twitter and Instagram, they probably didn't want Candace comment on the Kenya Moore stuff, because she did comment on the Kenya Moore stuff, and then she also got into the Shannon Sharp stuff. And those are both hot, controversial topics. And you could tell that Bravo didn't really want too many people talking about the Kenya situation, because to them, after they had aired episode 5, they had already decided they were going to let Kenya go. So when she spoke out on that and stuff, so if it wasn't the stuff with the producer, I kind of know maybe it was the stuff with the Kenya Moore situation. But anyway, I'll try to watch Potomac with the new ladies. But like I said, the only new lady who really brought it last year, even though she brought that fake boyfriend story, was Stacey. And people thought I didn't like Stacey. I said, no, I didn't like. I like Stacey, But I know Stacey wasn't that naive, immature girl that she was trying to play and stuff like that. And a lot of people know, like a lot of people say, if you went to college and you was on QVC, you weren't no you weren't no naive person like you wanted to claim to. That's the only part that I didn't like. She was not telling the truth, and she was not no naive girl that didn't know nothing. She was pretty smart, and I was glad that Wendy and Giselle brought that out to the reunion and stuff like that. And also, they said Married to Medicine is filming. I don't think I'm going to be watching Married to Medicine because from what I saw, I seen Quad posted pictures of first of her birthday, and then Heavenly posted pictures of her birthday, and they showed Heavenly and Dr. Mimi there in jacket, and then I saw a picture later on where Contessa was there because people were saying Contessa and Simone wasn't there. And a lot of people say, well, Simone wasn't going to be on court for it anyway because she don't like the court. But anyway, also, like I said, that Meleen was saying on Basketball Wives, and they showed a clip of her trying to go at Ty about Drew. And also, like Drew said in Carlos King interview, everybody made her their storyline this year. People from shows she didn't even know, and she was right. And even Drew said on Carlos Cole that Meleen wanted to be on that show, but Bravo didn't pick her. And so, because even Kenya said something about it. So after I watched the interview, like I said in the interview, Ralph was right when he told you that was inappropriate for her to be, kind of being flirtatious with Ty. And like she said, she kind of wish she hadn't done that. But anyway, Drew and the cast also went to the Shadow premiere with Kerry Washington's new movie and stuff like that. Also, Candy and her daughter had been doing a little promo for the next generation. That's all I have for this video. This is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a TI is. I am out.